unfortunately packed.
All right. Should be working now. Awesome. Took it a second, but we got it working. I think. I still can't hear anything. There we go. I think I got it. It's just not very loud. Let me try turning it up on my end. There we go. That's better. All right. Cool. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Today is the day that we play some more Arakure. We'll also talk a little bit about the legend that I'm working on. I won't give away too much, but we will talk a little bit about it. In fact, the title of the stream is tied to it, Rise of the Kurobara. Very excited about that. One second. Yep, there we go. Fix it. All right, we're good. We're rocking. All right. Let's see. Do we have any orders? Did I do them all? Yeah, I did them all. No new orders. Oh, we got some new lore orders. Let's take a look. Punishment. A pivotal moment in Gaki's life came when a Kensei sabotaged one of her risky heists. For days, the samurai hunted her and Suichi through the swamps until finally catching them and killing her brother. I don't know why it says when a Kensei sabotaged one of her risky heists. How do you sabotage a heist? It's like... Yeah, maybe he was an ally but then turned on them. But if he was one of the people they were stealing from, that wasn't sabotage. That was you effed up. They got you. But anyway, up all night, the Arakure are loud, irreverent gangs of mercenary fighters united in their defiance of samurai authority. When they aren't out partying all night, they thrive on dangerous jobs in the gray area of the law. Okay, that's interesting, the idea of them partying all night. You'd think you'd want to be on the down low, but okay. But then I guess that does imply the fact that, you know, that as the samurai kind of overlook a lot of their shit. They've got bigger things to deal with, right? They're fighting knights and Vikings and Wulin and Outlanders. They don't have time to deal with, like, a bunch of punk kids. I like this music. All right, let's rock. I'm doing okay, guys. Your PlayStation started smoking? Yeah, that's not a good sign. That's sincerely not a good sign. I would do something about that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All right, what are we up against? What do we got? What do we got? 2 Arakure, a Kensei, and a Raider. On our team, a Conk, an Aramusha, and another Arakure. And of course, I am running Tsubaki. Alright, joining a game in progress. The game is currently pretty close. We both have at least one zone, but 2 of our team are dead. I need to do something about that. Let's see what we can do. Well, thank you for not throwing me in the drink. Ah, got me. All right, Armouche, it's all you. Nope. He's done. But she ain't gonna heal. Conk's got this. Conk's got this. I believe in him. No, he's outnumbered. I gotta get in there. Yeah, I got the kick, but I went down. I was outnumbered. And if there's one thing I find funny is everyone was worried that the Arakure would be too good as a counter ganker. They're really not good in the counter gank. Their lash out attack is incredibly underwhelming and easily dealt with. If I'm being 100%, Arakure's real weakness is in counter ganking. The lash out needs to either be buffed or adjusted because it does not work very well. Especially at lower strike levels. If your strike level is low, lash out's almost useless. Like, you're changing attackers, but they know you're going to do it, and therefore they're going to compensate. So, I really do think the lash out is underwhelming.
You captured Zone A.
Damn. I have 1 kill. Oh my, is that really our team score? Only 2 of us have gotten a kill. That's not good. Stick it to him, Raven. I don't know if I can. These guys are playing really well, and my team is not. See if I can't help out Conk over here. Got her.
You captured Zone C.
What the hell was that? Did y'all hear that? Like, that was crazy. Unleash the Sable brand? Sable brand? What? What's Sable brand? I do not know what Sable brand is. What happened? Apparently the Raider did multiple parries at once. Why didn't she wall splat? I feel like it's so inconsistent. Got her. Shit. I left too quick.
You lost Zone C.
What the? What? Whoa, what? She was so intimidated she deleted herself. That was crazy. Did you see that? Good read. Now, someone explain to me, earlier I threw her at the wall. She did not wall splat. She throws me at the wall. I wall splat. Can someone explain that? It's the Raven Guard gene mutation, kind of like the Black Rage and the Blood Angels, but different. I don't know anything about that. Alright, we haven't lost yet. Good parry. Good blight parry again. You know what that means? Even with your 4 feet, Tsubaki was better. That's what we call a spit. Let's do some push-ups. Yeah, Tsubaki's got a steak. Heat shake. Keep boosting, keep boosting, keep boosting, keep boosting. We're good. We're Gucci. Now we just got to kill their bot warden and their raider, and we know exactly where they are. Good kill, Conk. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go heal up. And we won. Woo! Hey, Aaron.
Victory.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Lark, when did you want to run and get the pizzas? All right. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. Good warm-up. Good warm-up. Got to get better, though. We are Ret 5 with Arakure. And you are looking at the almost finished design of my Arakure character, Tsubaki. All right. Let's go into another. Looks like I'm joining another one in progress. And it looks like 3 of them are friends, because they've all got white facial, face emojis. Wait, am I? No, there's another Arakure on the team. I was about to say, am I the only one? Wait a second, is that the sequel?
Second season.
Oh. They needed a second season?
That's all we could have got second season.
What more can they do?
I don't know.
All right, we're going to C. We're going to C to start off with. Can you play? I don't know. I'm a little hesitant to let people join me for a little bit, because the other day I was playing and a guy invited me to their session and I let them in, like I let them join me, and suddenly my whole game crashed out on me, and I think he was messing with me. I don't have evidence to say that it was his fault, but it made me very skeptical. And yeah, I think they're friends. Hate fighting Gokis, man. Gokis are the bane of my existence. Hate fighting Gokis, but yeah, I think that they're friends. I think they're buddies. They're keeping up with each other. Raven, I'm playing with her in Wedge in question. Does the game explain why the player character has black wings? Yeah. Yeah, that's his resonance ability. That is his resonance ability. I gotta try to help out and see an A if I can. Why are all 4 of you?
You captured Zone C.
Thanks. I did not mean to do an execution. I meant to do a lash out. At least it got some damage in. At least it actually got some kills.
You captured zone
All right, they took A. I'm going to go to C. Hi, Goki.
You lost zone C.
Bye, Goki. Oh, you're coming back, Goki? I hate Gokis. I fucking hate Gokis. I really do. They are so annoying. Hey, let me see. Go figure, one guy messing with your game, ruining it for all of us. This is why we can't have nice things. Well, it's just that I don't know who he was. Like, I know that apparently he's the thing. He messaged me through the Ubisoft Connect thing. Said, hey man, want to play with me? And I was like, sure. I don't mind. And suddenly, after I joined up with him, game just freaking crashed. All right. Good parry.
You captured zone A.
Yeah. Tsubaki don't go down without a fight. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna heal up.
She was looking all rough there.
Yeah, she was rough. She was rough. To be fair, my game will just crash sometimes too. Yep. It happens. And maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe it genuinely wasn't. But I'm worried that the person who did it wants to keep trolling me if it was an act of sabotage. And I just don't want to give him the opportunity. I feel like my range should have been a little bit longer there. I don't know. Hey, Hannah. And hey, Night Skull.
You lost zone A. Your team is breaking. Your team rallied.
Ah. I think rub against a group of friends. I think that's part of the problem. Okay, Shaman. All right. All right, Shaman. All right. You emote. Yep. You're good. Very good. Gotta love cocky shamans.
Team is breaking. Your team rallied. Your team is breaking.
Coward. Yeah, what a coward. Come on, you coward. Fight me for real. What a fucking coward. What a fucking coward. God, this shaman. I love her. I love this shaman. I love this shaman. What a bitch. In the middle of a one-on-one, has to waste both of her feet, drops a nail bomb and runs for it. What a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's such low-tier ass. Hold on a second. Yes, emote. You absolute cowards. That's right. That's right. That's right. Absolute bitchless energy. Absolute bitchless energy, every one of them. That is sad. That is sad. My God. How about this, Raven? Tonight, if you finish with Breach, why not let us play with during those games? No. Until I know for sure that this dude isn't behind that, I'm not letting anyone on, okay? Ah, my eyes are burning again. Yeah, I'm not staying with that group. I'm not staying with that group. My first Arakure build is loosely inspired by girl-type Ranma from Ranma 1/2. Her name is Ronko, using the kanji for reckless and fox, which is reminiscent of Ranma using the kanji for reckless and horse. Alright. Let's hope we have a better match this time. But let's all have a moment of silence for that bitchless shaman. God, that pisses me off. Look, I get it, you know? It's Dominion. You have feats. But it's like, you threw a hatchet at me at point-blank range. Fine, I'll use my own feet to clear that. But then places a nail bomb, runs away hoping it'll catch me, and then just starts emote spamming. See, to me, that's cowardice. That's not tactics, that's cowardice. It's basically saying, I know I can't beat you, so I'm going to use this trap to pray for an advantage. That's such bitchless energy. How tall would you say Arakure is? Probably 5 tonfas tall. Question, with everything going on in the Mire, what is the current state of Blackthorn's province, or is that going to be addressed in the new Arakure Legends? We'll talk about that in the Arakure Legends. Because we'll bring that up. I'll talk about what's going on with Blackthorn. We'll get to that. Wait, is that the shaman from earlier? That's the shaman from earlier. Oh. 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 Why did humans live so long in Genesis? God hadn't reduced the lifespan of humanity yet. And it's the same map, too. Why do I keep getting the same map? Why do I keep getting the same map? Come on, give me a different map. But alright, it's fine. It's fine. We've got a pirate, a Yorm, and a peacekeeper. They've got a Highlander, a Lawbringer, Arakure, and then that shaman.
You lost Zone A. You captured Zone C.
Lawbringer's coming. I see what their tactic was. What the shaman is doing, the reason she hit me so many times is because she's locking onto another player close to me and using her dodge attack because I can't parry the dodge attack if she does that. Raven, I got a Bible question for you. Is it true that Jesus flipped a table during a heated discussion? He tore apart the marketplace outside the temple. I think that shaman hates me as much as I hate her. Yeah, that shaman detests me. That shaman has purposefully targeted me like every time I've been near. And they're when a team... This game. They're winning up. Got it. Got it. Got it. That's the way tonight's going to be. Got it. I'll take that penalty. I'll take that penalty. It looks like my whole team is just going to quit before we've even started. I'll take that penalty. I would sooner play against bots than do that anymore. All right, anyway. Did someone go from the match? 2 people left the match. We barely started the match and already they're quitting. That's why this game can infuriate me sometimes, because so many people just quit. I wasn't going to keep suffering with a shaman who had a desire to beat the hell out of me, and just a bunch of players who don't want to stick it out. Did I see the Mori for the next killer for DBD? Yeah, I saw it. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. DBD is in the toilet right now, and until they fix it, I don't care what they release. DBD is under the tragic impression that releasing new killers and new survivors and new perks is somehow going to bring people back. The problem is you're not going to retain any of them because no one wants to stay for that torture fest that they call a game.
lost Zone C. You captured Zone A. You lost Zone A.
Damn. Well, if things calm down a bit, what do you think of the name Meikoro Watanabe? Call her what you want, man. I have no control over what you call your Arakure. There's a new DBD killer. Yeah, they're coming out with a new one called The Judgment. Basically like an angelic killer. Looks cool. Yeah, looks cool. I'm not re-downloading the game.
You captured Zone C. You captured Zone A.
How do I feel about the new Warbond and Helldivers 2? Unbelievably underwhelming. You promised us a Helldivers Warbond and that's what you give us? Two armor sets. One that's obviously Cadian, the other don't even know what it's supposed to be.
Both are Kasserkin.
Both are Kasserkin? Okay, so just two different two different flavors of Cadian. Don't even have the gall to give us something like Catachan Jungle Fighter, Vostroyan Firstborn, some Pestis Scion. None of that, no. Just Cadians. Give us a bolt pistol, which is nice, but not a las rifle, which is standard issue in the Imperial Guard. You don't give us a cool crack grenade. No, you give us a pulse grenade, which I think is so underwhelming, I'm kind of at a loss why you thought that was a good idea. You give us a melt-a-gun, which is kind of cool, but that's about the only cool thing it gave. I think about re-downloading DVD whenever I see a cool new killer, and then I remember what it's like to play killer and say nope. Yep. Did you know that there is an anime where Jesus and Buddha are roommates? Yeah, Record of Ragnarok. A friend of a friend got into DVD because of the event this season. Oh, that poor creature. I'm so sorry. I hope he's not on suicide watch. That shit season event. If there was ever an event to remind the community how DBD honestly feels about killers, it was this season's event.
You lost. lost Zone A. You captured Zone C.
Our crew's weapons give me police baton vibes. Yeah, police batons were heavily inspired by Tonfa.
You captured Zone A.
Maybe they'll rework the armors later. Do you think that Helldivers gives a shit about reworking armor?
They could rework the values of the armor, but they're not reworking.
They're not changing the look. And we're not getting another Helldivers Warbond. They had the chance to do something incredible and effed it up royal. My disappointment with Helldivers is immeasurable. I uninstalled the game a while ago and I don't have any interest in reinstalling it. It's like Commissar Kai said in one of his videos. They need to give us a reason to play the game. But right now, there is no reason. The gameplay is all the same. The meta is the same. Few people want to pick up the game anymore. And this Warbond was something a lot of people were excited about. Like, holy crap, it just makes sense to add a Warhammer Warbond. But they didn't do it right. They effed it up.
You lost Zone A. You captured Zone C.
I'm referring to the Sohei Oni skin event, by the way. Oh, he downloaded DVD because of the Oni event here? Again, poor thing. I'm so sorry. He probably picked up Oni thinking he was good. I pity him. Would you say Helldivers 2 is in a better place than DBD? Oh, yeah. Helldivers 2 is way better off than DBD. Hell yeah.
The core gameplay is still good. The issue is they need
Enemy team is breaking.
Exactly. The problem with Helldivers 2 is there's no replayability.
There is, but the thing is,
You captured Zone A.
That's why you need friends, Raven. Yeah, well, I don't have any of those.
Lost Zone A. You captured Zone A.
Helldivers is so much better with friends. You're missing the point. The point that me and Lark have been making for a while. I'm not in the mood to argue about it. I'm already in a bad enough mood with a lot of other stuff going on. So I'm not going to argue. I'm glad you play it with friends, and I'm glad you enjoy it. But my point stands. If Helldivers 2 wants to endure, it needs to give us a reason to play it. It needs to give us some reason to reinstall and pick up the game and play it. Me and Lark haven't touched it in weeks. We have no desire. Me and him used to play it exclusively, just us. Now we don't do it. Even Forrest, your buddy who played it with you, he doesn't play it much anymore, from what I understand.
Not to that my knowledge.
So I stand by my statement. I'm sure we all know about Knight views on piety, but I'm curious about Viking, Samurai, and Wuchi views on piety and their respective religions. What do you mean piety? Like, do you mean like how do they worship? Or do you mean like their views on faith? The samurai were a very spiritual people. They believed in the idea of karma. They believed in the idea of reincarnation. Your actions in this life dictate how you will be treated coming into your next life. In other words, good deeds result in good ends, bad deeds result in bad ends.
Lost Zone A.
Wulin, that you're Chinese, it depended. Usually there was a lot of reverence for ancestry and tradition.
You lost Zone C.
As for Vikings, piety to the gods was shown through reverence, sacrifices. You usually wanted to make sacrifices to the gods. Valor in battle, valor in treatment of others, or at least those of your clan. Spoils you could take back from raids and from wars won. Piety was shown through, like I said, deeds. And of course through sacrifice.
Lost Zone C.
What is the Kurobara? The Kurobara is the name I gave to my Arakure gang. And congrats, you're the first person to ask. The Kurobara was the name I gave to the gang that Tsubaki's a part of. Both Helldivers and DBD are dying. DBD faster than Helldivers. The only reason DBD is still active is it has no competition.
You captured Zone C.
Helldivers will probably get a resurgence once they release their next new content pack instead of just a crossover cosmetic. Helldivers can pull itself out, and I'm hoping it will. DBD, they don't have the incentive to do so.
DBD,
You lost Zone
I
C.
genuinely believe that Dead by Daylight is bad because it chooses to be. I don't think they have any interest in changing their standards or changing their model. I don't think they have a single interest in changing. And the reason I think that is because the setup is just too easy to make money off of. They appeal to entitled survivors. Largely entitled survivors. They coddle them, hold their hand, make it easier for them to win. It's fine if a few killers quit, as long as they appeal to the larger player base. May I ask what's going on with Helldivers? They're just not doing anything. Helldivers is stuck in a stagnant position where they're not really trying.
You lost Zone A.
Did any of them place as much importance on their face as their respective gods as the knights did in theirs?
You
No.
captured Zone C.
To be perfectly honest, most samurai, Vikings, and the Chinese did not have the same level of reverence for God as the knights did. You've got to realize that in the medieval age, faith was integral to their life. To put it in perspective, when the Vikings were introduced to Christianity, most converted. Most converted because Christianity sounded better and easier. Those that didn't convert tried to co-opt Christian elements into their religion to make the religion sound more palatable. For example, Valhalla comes from Christianity. There was no specific version of paradise or heaven after death in Norse mythology. They heard about it in Christianity and said, well, you know, a paradise actually sounds pretty damn good. Well, we got our own. It's called Valhalla.
You lost Zone C.
Why'd you do that, Hito? Still having fun with Arakure. I love this hero, but we had two really bad matches, and after the third one, where half my team quit within the first 3 minutes, I was just done playing against them. Once the penalty's over, I might get back in and try again, but right now I was just fed up. I'm also a little fed up with work, a little fed up with just a lot of other things going on right now, and it's hindering my mood a little bit. Is the Kurobara exclusively female? Yeah, they're all Arakure. Kurobara means the black rose, or the black roses. They are all female, and they all have named themselves after flowers.
You captured Zone A. Lost Zone C. You captured Zone C.
So there were like atheists of Viking, Japanese, and Chinese culture. There were. You have people of any culture that don't really buy into any belief system or don't take it seriously. Like, you'll find that in any culture or group. There are lots of people who either have no reverence for the gods or don't really believe they're there.
Breaking.
Oh god, I'm having shaman flashbacks with that move.
Your team is breaking. Your team rallied.
What's my favorite execution? Revenant Slayer.
Enemy team is breaking.
Where's your fire flask now, demon?
Is breaking.
Would you prefer the first or third person riding? I find value in both. I usually end up riding in the first person without meaning to. I'm sorry you had a bad day at work. It wasn't today. Yesterday. Yesterday was rough. Well, no, not yesterday. The day before yesterday, sorry. Yesterday I was off. It was the day before yesterday that was rough. Who's my favorite hero in For Honor? Either Jurin or Warden. Those two are so much fun. Well, Jurin's fun. Warden was just my highest rep. All right, I think penalty's over. Let's try to get back into this and see if we can't find an honestly better match. Do I accept For Honor friend requests from your followers? Yes, I do. You can send me a friend request, but like I said, until I find out the story behind whoever it was that I think tried to sabotage my game, I don't want to give them another opportunity. All rough days? Yep, pretty much. Would I like to see a Sister of Battle Warbond and Helldivers too? Sure, but they'll never add it because that's gender exclusive, and Helldivers tries to avoid that. Our career runs out of stamina too fast. She needs a tireless feat. I like her feet's fine. I think you just got to be careful with how you play her. Earlier you mentioned Richard would be in Tsubaki's legend. Does that mean the Kurobara gang are based in his province? No, they're not. They are not based in his province. He will be mentioned and he will have a role to play, but they're not in his province. So what happened? My manager deceived me a little bit. I was supposed to go in as an assistant manager, and I wasn't supposed to close. I was supposed to just be there to assist with the dinner shift and then probably get out around 8:30, something like that. Instead, she told me that she wanted me to close with her because she wanted me to learn some stuff. And you know what? That's fine. I get that. You want me to stay and close and learn stuff? Fine. But two things. Number one, I would have liked it if you told me earlier so that I could have made plans with Lark in terms of dinner. Because we had been planning for me to be done around 8 or 8:30 and we were going to eat. But then I had to call him up and say, hey, I probably won't be home until much later. And I did end up not getting out until 10:30 or 11, which was way later than we expected and way later than I wanted to be out. And then there's the fact that me and my manager had a conversation, and the conversation kind of annoyed me because she basically told me that once school starts up again, it's going to be harder and harder to give me manager shifts where I'll be able to make the good money, like the money I need to make. And it also means less time for me to really focus on training and stuff like that. Like learning the ropes of management. And so I would have to come in on my own time. That means not when I'm scheduled, but like earlier or stay later. So let's say that I have a shift where I have to come in at 10 and stay till 5, right? They may say, no, we want you to come in at 9 and leave at 6 so that you have more time to learn manager stuff. And I'm like, that's not fair that you're asking me to give you time that I had set aside to do this when you should be trying to schedule me to learn this stuff. And I understand part of it because it's like, you know, labor hours. You don't want to go over your labor hours. I totally understand that. But it's also not fair to say, hey, we're scheduling you these hours to bartend or to serve or to dishwash or anything like that. But we're not going to schedule you hours to actually come in and do manager stuff. You've got to do that on your own time. And it's like, that's not fair. That just doesn't feel fair. So I'm feeling a little bit lied to, I guess. Good light. But yeah, that's my issue. Look, here's the thing. I want to become a manager, like full-on manager. I do want this. But I feel like they're trying to rush me through it. Like saying like, we want, because they told me they'd like me to reach manager by end of the year. And that's a great goal, but I'm not sure I'm comfortable reaching that because that feels a little rushed. I feel like I need more time to really get comfortable with the idea and position. But they want it because there's another Olive Garden opening in our region, and there's going to be a lot of, like, movement in that regard. Hold on.
You've captured Zone C.
To be fair, I fell for that. To be fair, I fell for that. Would it be safe to say that Aramusha and Arakure may have interacted often? Yeah, I would say that your criminal elements of the mire isn't just Arakure. You probably have Aramusha, Kyoshin, Hitakiri. Those would also be your criminals. You might also see Shinobi involved in that. It would be really stupid to just say the Arakure are the only criminal element.
It wouldn't surprise me to see some of the Highborns and try and use them to their own ends.
Yeah, the Highborns would probably abuse... Well, I mean, they'd abuse Ronin, too.
Exactly like in Shogun, where those samurai attack them, just like they attack the samurai. Must be those Ronin out in the woods.
Not a lot I could do. It was kind of pushed into a wall. I was kind of pushed into a bad place. but it seems as if they're using you a little bit. It's not that they're not using me. They're not using me. What's happening is a new Olive Garden's opening up, and there's going to be a lot of manager transfers. They're going to move a lot of managers to this new Olive Garden to kind of get it going, and that means that there's going to be holes to fill, and if there are more managers available, like I could be, I could fill those roles. The problem is, this new Olive Garden opens next year, and they're like, oh, but if you make it a manager, you can fill that role, and that's great, but I don't want you to rush me just so that I can fill a role you need, you know what I mean? I want to do it naturally, but if you're trying to rush me out saying, hey, on your own time, you need to do this, it's kind of like, I don't know. I hate to say that because it makes it sound lazy, but at the same time, I don't want to do this wrong, if that makes sense.
You lost Zone A.
I don't think they're using me. I think they're just trying to get me into a position where I can be beneficial to the restaurant and to the district. And that's totally valid. I get that, but I just don't want to be pressured into this. And it makes me frustrated. So I've been kind of, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's like, I feel like they're trying to push me into something that I want to do, but I don't want to do wrong. It's kind of like, here's the thing. I know a lot about the Olive Garden business, especially the front of the house, serving, bartending, all that stuff. Okay.
Enemy team is breaking.
Do you agree that Stargate tends to get overshadowed by Star Trek and Star Wars and needs more appreciation? I don't know the first thing about Stargate. Hey, Raven, do you know when you'll be doing the next fashion contest stream? Saturday, I'll be working. I work tomorrow, so I won't be able to do it tomorrow. I don't know, guys. They've been working me a lot more Saturdays. I don't know. I just don't know. Sometime what I may do is just have Lark do it himself, because I don't think I'll be there. Besides, I think y'all enjoy his streams more anyway. Or at least some of y'all do.
You captured Zone A. You lost Zone A.
I get what you mean, Raymond, and it's not always the best thing to try to rush too fast. Well, I don't want to be rushed, you know? Back in 2022, I had 3 job interviews, one for Sonic, the second for a grocery store, and third was for Chili's, but none stuck after one interview each. They never called me for more interviews.
They love ghosting.
Yeah, a lot of businesses ghost you, and it really sucks.
Nobody would talk to me.
Hey, Raymond, do you think Knight's going to get another heavy here in the future? Who knows? I'll just be happy if they get a new hero who's an actual knight. Like, I mean an actual knight. Y'all realize that if you really look at them, the knights have so few actual knights in their roster. Warden? Knight. Lawbringer? Knight. Conqueror? Pseudo-knight, but sure. Peacekeeper? I'll stretch it. Sure. Knight. Gladiator? That's not a knight. Centurion? That's not a knight. Blackprior? Knight. Warmonger? She looks like a knight, but she doesn't identify with the knight. She doesn't fight for Ashfeld. She fights for war and for the preservation of it. Griffin? Not a knight. He calls himself a mercenary. He even says that he's just a foolish guy who used to be a knight. So, like, that's 5. That's 5 actual knights. Let's switch it up. Raven, do you think you'll need a possible break from the channel? The odd thing is I enjoy this channel. I enjoy doing it. It is fun for me. So I don't necessarily want to just stop doing it. The channel is not my issue. The issue is a lot of higher expectations, a lot of new responsibilities, and just a lack of time to do anything I want to do. If I had my way, I'd have Saturday mornings free so I could do fashion contests. If I had my way, I'd be able to do a lot more content for Honor. I'd be able to do a lot more stuff, but I don't have that power. Lots of Arakure this fight. If Griffin and Warmonger are a knight, then Virtuoso should have been a knight. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, a lot of people have pointed out that the Arakure being personally against the samurai and yet still being considered part of the samurai faction is silly, because Virtuosa being an outlander, they said it's because she doesn't personally agree with the knight. So Virtuosa once again proves to be the annoying bitch who will not stay in her lane. She wants to be different. Just so different. No, that's why Arakure is superior. Arakure is more fun. Arakure is more balanced. Arakure is better lore.
You lost Zone C. You capture Zone A.
Here we go. There we go. Virtuosa's just shit. I'm sorry, not sorry. She really is. I wanted to like her. I really did, but I can't like her. I just can't. If we all pile up on A, we won't win this. We got to move some people to other zones. I'll apply some pressure to C.
Zone C.
Did we fight the Chaos Sorcerer in Space Marine 2? We haven't played Space Marine 2 yet. We have not had time. Is Tonfa even used in actual war? No. The Tonfa was an Okinawan weapon created for self-defense. It never saw actual war.
You captured Zone A.
I at least weakened your attack first. Our Orochi's actually really damn good. Only died once, got 5 kills, but they are rep 100, so that doesn't surprise me too much.
You lost Zone A.
Good light parry. Ah, I hit the wrong button. Hit the dodge button when I shouldn't have. The new combi power fist looks cool. Also, the salamanders have a new power sword. Yeah, the salamanders got a new champion skin and a new weapon. Go salamanders. Because they're not totally overrated. Sorry, I don't like the salamanders all that much right now. They're not the worst, but again, just... I'd love the Dark Angels to get something, maybe.
You lost Zone A.
Why did one of those quit? That doesn't make sense. Oh, their scent quit. Okay. Rian, what's one dream weapon you would own if you could? A messer. Messer sword.
Your team is breaking. Your team rallied.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You lost Zone A.
You go. I'm gonna hold here.
Your team
Yes, a
is
Messer sword.
breaking.
Wait, wouldn't the Vegeta be the same as the Tonfa in that regard? They're not used the same.
Enemy team is breaking. Your team is breaking. Your team rallied. Victory.
God damn!
Hey, found a fish.
That last moment, I needed that win. I needed that win. Did you forget Jorm's contest again? I'm going to step out so I can explain this more clearly because I don't think I was clear before. I've been busy. I didn't forget. I've been busy. I'm sorry I haven't been able to keep up with it. I'm sorry I haven't been able to announce it. I'm sorry. That is my fault. I should have announced that I would not be able to do it Thursday. I've had a lot going on. I'm sorry I haven't made that more clear. So I will make it abundantly clear. I have been excruciatingly busy. I will do the contest when I have time to do the contest. But let me be clear about something. Lark had to go home for a doctor's appointment. I have had a very late shift at work where the manager lied to me about how long I'd be there until the last minute. I now have several shifts coming up where I will have to go in earlier and stay later than I anticipated. Next week, I work Monday, open, Tuesday, open, Wednesday, open, Thursday, open, Friday, open, Saturday, open, get Sunday off. I have been busy. I'm sorry that I sound mad right now. I wish I could just sit here every Saturday morning and do these with you guys. I used to be able to do that. I used to, but I can't do that anymore because they're putting more responsibilities on my head. And the question of, do I need to take a break from the channel? Damn it, I want to do more of the channel. I can't. Yeah, Lark's fine. Y'all don't blame him for asking the question. I'm just tired of it being asked. So I'm setting the record straight. I wish, genuinely, if Ubisoft hired me to write for them or to do stuff for them, and the pay was better than what I'm making now, I would drop Olive Garden in a heartbeat to do that. And I would be able to make content for you. I'd be able to make content for the game. I would love it. I would absolutely adore it. But I'm not. I'm not hired by them. And I don't make enough money on the channel to justify spending all my time on it. I have to do this job. And now that they're moving me to management soon, I have to put my energy into it. I have to put my time and energy into it. And that means that there are going to be weeks where I may not post much. Or if I do post, it's small, little lore discussions. Not large, edited videos. Y'all realize that the legend video for this character, I haven't even started writing fully. I am still in the drafting phase because I just have not had time to sit down and really write. Maybe you could link a Patreon to the channel. I do have a Patreon. I have posted it. It's been there for a while. People can go there and donate if they want, but most people, I'm not here to beg for money. That's not the goal here. I appreciate the $20, Corwinkle. I really do. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for that. Sorry, I'm not in the best of moods. Probably shouldn't have streamed tonight if I'm being honest, but I wanted to because I don't know how much I'll get to stream next week. You excited for the black armor we're getting? Yeah, it looks cool. People wanted to punch you for honor. What are the guitar be good weapon for that? You mean the guitar punch dagger? Yeah, the guitar would be an interesting weapon. Hey Brandon, this isn't my place, but I'm sorry you have shit on your plate. No offense. It's all right. Just genuinely, it's not y'all's fault, and I don't mean to lose my temper on y'all. Just I've been stressed, worked up about a lot of stuff. Restaurant business is harsh. Well, I enjoy working for Olive Garden, believe it or not. Despite what I said, I actually like working for OG. It's a good job. And they're good people. But I just feel like they're putting a lot more on me than I was expecting them to. Kind of works. Instead of Paladin, the Hospitaller. Maybe. The Teutonic. The Sentinel. Venator. All of those would be good. Yeah, Venator would actually be kind of cool. What is the live title in reference to? Rise of the Kurobara. Kurobara is the name of my created gang of Arakure. Hey, on scale of 1 to 10, how was that X on Virtua? It felt good. It felt good. that. Can you tell us more about them, or would that be too much of a spoiler? The Kurobara gang. Kurobara means black rose, and that's the reason for the emblem that you see on the thumbnail. The Kurobara gang were founded by a leader by the name of Hana. All of the members have names based on flowers. They are all Arakure, so no boys in the gang. There are at least 12 members, but most of them are a little spread out. They are essentially, they are criminals, but they mostly just work extortionate. The idea is they largely populate towns and villages within their province that the daimyo soldiers can't get to or protect well. And they basically tell the business owners, hey, if you pay us 20% of your profits and give us a cut, we'll protect you from bandits and thugs and threats that you regularly have to deal with that the samurai can't protect you from. And they actually hold up their end of the deal, because if the Kurobara like anything, they like fighting. They like getting involved, you know? So they enjoy that. Problem is, with the Hatun gaining power, they're having a bit of a hard time. The Hatun are enforcing their rule of law, and they can't do everything they want to do. So is there one named Sakura? Yes, there is one named Sakura. There's one named Sakura, Yuri, Himawari, Tsubaki, Botan, Ayami, trying to remember all the names. I have a list of names, but I just can't remember all of them off the top of my head. If the new knight hero is not called Paladin, but you can make them look like one, would that be acceptable? Yeah, that'd be fine. I just want a new knight hero, like a real knight hero, you know? They're muscle for hire, kinda? No, well, it's more like this. Let's say that you run an inn, right? They may, and you've dealt with bandits before, they may show up and say, hey, samurai can't really protect you, right? Tell you what, you pay us 20% every month of your profits, we'll make sure that they don't touch you. And they hold up their end of the deal. They don't shortchange. They don't act lazy. They will protect your place. They'll make sure you get a good deal. But if you don't pay, they're going to show up and they're going to say, what's the deal? I thought we had an agreement. So they're extortionists, essentially. Tsubaki is a member, but there's more to Tsubaki than just being a member of the Kurobane. The Aramusha and Arakure look almost the same. There's similarities. What would you say to someone who feels a lot of anxiety over having the suspicion that they are potentially sociopathic and aromantic? I would say if that's something that concerns you, you're not sociopathic. A sociopath wouldn't care. Sociopaths are incapable of feeling things like fear. Holy damn. Damn. Anyway. So would Arakura be like the Mafia in some respects? This one's kind of like the Mafia. I think the new Night Hero coming in December, I think it's an assassin. We'll have to see. I don't know. Have you and Lark ever played Warhammer Vermintide? Yeah, I've played it. It didn't grab me like Darktide did. Is there a reason that you go with the flower theme? The theme of the Arakure is that they are girls who have been left destitute. So you got to understand the way Sukeban culture works. In the 1960s and 70s, especially, Sukeban culture rose up because there was a backlash against the Japanese government and societal expectations. Japanese youths, boys and girls, wanted to rise up and revolt. Well, not really seriously, like not a war thing, but just they wanted to resist. They were very much inspired by the greaser movement of America, you know, the wearing leather jackets, doing your hair crazy, you know, just kind of resisting the man kind of idea. They were inspired by that, and they followed it. The boys did their own thing. The girls became Sukeban. But here's the thing. Once they left school, boys had a lot more options. Boys were expected to become men and go into the workforce. If they didn't do that, then the delinquents would end up becoming Yakuza members. Now, girls in Japan at this time were expected to become housewives. They could work, but it wasn't common, and it wasn't highly regarded. They wanted women to be at home to be mothers and housekeepers. And some girls did that. But if they didn't want to do that, well, they can't go to the Yakuza because the Yakuza really didn't have a place for women. The Yakuza didn't have women bosses. You just didn't see that. So it's not like, so if these girls wanted to become Yakuza, their only chance was to basically become prostitutes or trophy wives. So some of the Sukeban just never stopped being Sukeban. They continued to being delinquents and rough throughout the rest of their days and kind of developing kind of a resentment for male society. Not because men were oppressing them, but because they didn't think that they could be themselves in a male society. So when I was designing the Kurobara, the idea is these are girls in a samurai society. They are destitute. They do not have a samurai clan to fall back on. They are probably from impoverished households, probably left to the mercy of others. They just don't have anything to call their own. So what they had to do was they had to get creative to survive. And what they did was they learned to fight. They learned to resist. They learned to push back. It's like a rose. A rose is beautiful, but it has thorns. And so their idea is the thorns exist to protect the petals. They may be delicate. They may be women. They may not be as strong or as imposing as men. They're beautiful and fragile as rose petals. But these rose petals have thorns, and they are the thorns. What about an aromatic then, as someone who can't feel love? I don't know. I've never met one, so I don't know. I wouldn't know what to tell you. I would say ask a professional. That would be my thought. So the Kurobane basically came to be because they wanted to be an Arakure gang that did their own thing. They're not part of Gaki's gang, that's for sure. How's Rainbow Six Siege treating you? Anyone quit on your side or the enemy side? Believe it or not, yes, some people do quit, but I see it far less on Rainbow Six Siege than I do in For Honor or Dead by Daylight. Tomboys, basically. Well, not all of them. Typical fights in Sukeban culture could result in, it could be from, you know, girls being considered less feminine than they want to appear. In fact, one of the reasons a Sukeban may stop being a Sukeban is they decide they want to come off more girly. Then, of course, there's the occasional fights over boyfriends, or fights over fashion choices, fights over jobs. So in other words, the name is what is a hint of irony with the flower part. Did I get it right? Essentially, it's an irony. They're beautiful and mysterious and delicate women, but they have thorns, which makes them dangerous. That was the idea. That's why they're the Kurobara. They're black roses. Roses that people don't normally like. Roses that are mysterious and give off a dangerous tint to them. And they bear thorns that keep them safe. Other than the Arakure number and only a few hundred? Maybe. So basically, orcs would like Sukeban. Orcs like anyone who can put up a fight. Were there any important figures in Sukeban history? There weren't like any major named Sukeban, but Sukeban became kind of a popular trope in Japanese literature and media, to the point that a lot of anime started to adopt the idea and show a lot of Sukeban in anime. So you've probably seen a handful of them. Like, for example, if you watch Fruit Baskets, Toru Honda's best friend is a recovering Sukeban. Her mother was a Sukeban. Oh, dude, why don't gangs have a civil quitting, retiring policy instead of designation like beatings? You're a part of a gang. You know secrets about the gang. It's not, you're not just part of an organization, you're part of a brotherhood. Leaving is supposed to hurt. By leaving the gang, it's basically betraying the gang. being in a gang isn't normally just a part-time job, you know, that you can quit whenever you feel like. You've joined something bigger than yourself, and now you've got to own up to that. Are Yankee and Sukeban similar? The best equivalent of a Sukeban in a Western culture would be a greaser. Recovering like it's an addiction. Well, when I say recovering, I mean it's like they want to quit being a Sukeban. They actually want to be more feminine and have a place in society. How on earth was I on fire? She shoved me in the fire. Would Sukeban be theoretically the precursor of tomboys? No, there were tomboys before, but Sukeban was more of a cultural movement. What kind of Arakure would join the Kurobara? The rules for joining are you have to be female, you have to have, you cannot be a member of a noble house, you have to be of low birth, you have to swear loyalty to Hana, or whoever the leader of the Kurobara is at the time. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Dig it. I wish I could give you a hug, not out of pity, but from admiration, but for your perseverance and creativity. Hang in there on me. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. I'll get over it. I will. A part of the reason I'm doing such an early stream is so that I have enough rest tonight before I go into work tomorrow. How often do they reach old age? Most Sukeban either grew out of the phase, decided to abandon it altogether, or died. You didn't see a lot of elderly Sukeban. You just didn't see that. Do I already have an Ajisai Arakure? No, I do not. I do not have an Ajisai. I know that. Let me take a look at my list. Let me see my list of names. Hold on, I'm pulling up my list. Okay, so the list is Tsubaki, Sakura, Yuri, Sumire, Ayame, Botan, Kikyo, Fuji, Suzuran, Himawari, and Ran. And Hana, of course, but I didn't have her listed there. Could there be more members than 12? Yeah, I just only wrote 12 members right now. There can be more. Like, if you wanted to add your own member, you can break the 12-member rule. That's not even a rule. I just only wrote 12 members. Is there a rank in the gang, like something similar to a rigid chain of command? There's only one leader, and that is Hana. She's the leader of the Kurobara. There's no other leader besides her. Everyone follows her lead. When is Arakura available for steel? I think she should be now, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's available now. What are the working theories for the new Knight Hero? I don't have any. I'm hoping for a Paladin. I wonder what Arakure think of Nobushi Warriors. I don't really have an opinion of them one way or another. I did see Botan and almost picked it. Peonies are my favorite flower, but I saw where Japanese view them as a masculine strength. It could still work if you had a very masculine Arakure. Arakure and Virtuoso are trying to kill the Orochi first. Arakure, no, this one's mine. Yeah, she'd want that. She'd want to kill that Orochi. Are there still Sukeban in Japanese media today? Yeah. Yeah, plenty of anime still exists that show them.
Destroyed. To the inner gate.
I wish we had more head and hair South Korea. I pray they give us a bob that can be colored fully. I want a pink bob so bad. Fair. I'm kind of confused on lore, but is the Hatun the main villain now? Essentially, yeah. The Hatun is basically the new bad guy. You always play PvE Breach? Not always, just when I want to de-stress. I usually end my streams with PvE Breach just to de-stress. Games are really dropping a new Bjorn book. I'm gonna count my... I could not give less of a damn. I don't give one fart about the Space Wolves. I do not care about the Space Puppies. The Space Corgis can all go take a giant leap. I don't care if they write 5 books about Bjorn. I'm not reading them. Well, it's going to kill off Bjorn. Go right ahead, Games Workshop. Kill the only good Space Wolf you have. Do it. Do it! I want it. I want this, Games Workshop. Kill the only good Space Wolf you have. Do it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for them to do this. I cannot wait for them to do this. Please do this. Please. Take the only redeemable Space Wolf you got and say, nah, fam, we're done with that. What would you want the new knight being to the table in your personal opinion, like his weapon? I'd love a warhammer and a shield. I mean, I want to see it. I want to see them kill him. Do it, because honestly, whenever I talk about how much I dislike the Space Wolf, people say, well, what about Bjorn? What about Bjorn? Don't you love Bjorn? Like, he's like the only good Space Wolf. But yes, let's kill the oldest living Space Marine in the galaxy. The only redeemable Space Wolf. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that, because we are very good at writing, folks. It was either Bjorn or Dante. Wait. They're gonna kill Dante? So their choice is either to kill Bjorn or Dante. Two of the coolest Space Marines in the lore. The only redeemable Space Wolf and the oldest living Space Marine. And then the current best thing about the Blood Angels. Oh, Games Workshop, you're not batting 1,000. But please, do it. Go ahead. See how that works out for you. See how many people appreciate those books. You really did a bang-up job bringing us female custodies, doing nothing with the lion after his return. Oh, Games Workshop, if you do this, it will be the death nail for various fan members. Oh, but they gave us the Eldor Exodites. Yes, good job. I'm so proud of you. But if you actually do this, there is a rumor that a new series of books are coming out, and in them, they will either kill off Bjorn or Dante. So, either the only good member of the Space Wolves and the oldest living Space Marine, or the only good member of the Blood Angels and the current leader of Imperium Nihilus.
Okay, Dante's safe because he wants to die, and therefore they will refuse to kill him. Bjorn, if they kill him the way we outlined.
Oh, there's no mention of Lehman Russ coming back. It's just, apparently they're making a new series of books on Bjorn, and the expectation is they're going to kill Bjorn.
I'd rather Bjorn die than Dante.
I'd rather neither die. But you know what? No, you know what? Kill Bjorn. Just make the Space Wolves lose their last redeemable member. Primaris are children of the Chaos Astartes standards? Not really. The Primaris have been able to keep up with the Chaos Trader Astartes pretty well. Firstborn rules? Again, physically speaking, no. The Primaris have proven themselves to be physically superior in a lot of areas to the Firstborn. What would it take to redeem the Space Wolves in your eyes? I made a whole video about that. I made a whole video about how to fix the Space Wolves. And I got hate for it. I got so much hate from space furry lovers. How strong would Chaos be if Bile made Chaos Custodes? Well, they'd be incredibly strong, but Bile will never be able to do that because he can't possibly replicate the Custodes. He has no idea how they're made. He doesn't have the faintest clue.
Inner gate destroyed. Kill the commander.
Rip Bjorn sacrifice for the woke demons. Crap. I forget that bots can basically read your mind. You could never make a bot 4 because they'd just be unkillable. Well, I've already come up with an idea. It's real simple. Here's what you do. There is lore, very old lore, that I'm pretty sure all the Space Wolf fans forgot about, that there is a secret temple to Tzeentch hidden deep in the catacombs below Fenris. Most people don't know about it because Lehman Russ himself barred off those catacombs when he was leader of Fenris. He didn't want anyone to go down there in them. My idea is that the rune priests, who constantly claim that they get their power from Fenris itself, in reality what's going on is they're actually drawing power from Tzeentch. Tzeentch has been giving chaos power to the planet, and he's been allowing the Space Wolf rune priests to draw power from that. So they've been secretly feeding Tzeentch this whole time, but he's never revealed it because it's just too funny. But then suddenly Leman Russ returns, knowing what Tzeentch is doing, and the first thing he does is he says, we need to evacuate the planet. Because the planet is being used by Tzeentch as a conduit to his power. We need to get everyone out. Now, of course, the Space Wolves are stunned by this. Like, what are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. But then Tzeentch realizes, oh crap, the jig is up. All right, blow your cover, boys. Let's get him. And so the Tzeentchian demons and Tzeentchian followers and cultists flee out of the catacombs to attack Fenris. The Space Wolves are stunned, but they're caught on the back foot. The rune priests try to use their power, but because Tzeentch has cut off their connection to it and they've never learned how to use the warp proper, well, they're now all in a tough fix. And so, as a result of this, the Space Wolves are forced to flee, losing hundreds of their members very quickly. Leman Russ himself having to help protect his legion as they make their escape. Bjorn the Fellhand can hold the line, fulfilling his duty to his Primarch. Leman Russ can even remember him and finally tell him, your duty is fulfilled. Rest, brother. And that can be how Bjorn dies, finally seeing his Primarch again and fulfilling his duties. The Space Wolves could then flee Fenris as it falls to chaos, and now the Space Wolves have to go to another legion for help. This legion, this chapter that had spent all of its time high on its own ass about how much better they are, about how much more unique they are, about how much cooler they are, about how they can break all the rules and still get away with it, are now humbled and forced to go to another chapter or legion that they look down on and ask them for help. And would it not be so poetic if the chapter they went to were the Dark Angels, where Lionel Johnson is back, would be glad to see Leman Russ, and would say, yeah, man, tried to warn you about this a long time ago, but better late than never, I guess. Let's work together. And you can see the Space Wolves actually act like Space Vikings, where they are now fleet-based and travel around from planet to planet, setting up places on each planet for them to recruit from and trade from and get supplies from, setting up small little bases and settlements everywhere they go. Fenris is trying to stay alive. Russ, who has been humbled by all this, is now less of a warrior and more of like a wise sage, almost like a wandering Odin-like figure. He's missing an eye. He looks like Odin. He acts like Odin. He doesn't fight nearly as much as he does give counsel and wisdom, because he realizes that true strength doesn't come from how strong you are, but by what you can do for others. And that is something that he holds with him. All of this would be awesome. And Space Wolf fans don't like it. Was it the one about the Space Wolves in general, or something specifically related to their flaws? I don't know what you're talking about. But that would be how I would do it. That would be how I would do it. Alright, that's going to be the last match. We're going to do a little bit of customization. We're wrapping up, Lark, don't worry. I really like this look. I think this is going to be a great look for Tsubaki. We're going to build our third one now. The video made that you mentioned. It's the one. It's the one called "How I Would Fix the Space Wolves." All right, let's see what we do. Let's do one Paku, because I want to have at least one with this head style. I'll do the Barbed Riot for her. I don't like the way that red is locked. That's going to make things difficult. We might have to change that chest after all. Yeah, this one honestly looks a lot better. I wish we had that one, but we don't. Let's try this instead. Let's change this. Okay, so the paint pattern affects that. Okay. Let's go with fan 1. Ooh. That's good. That's very good. I like that. Change up the color pattern. We have a green and a red. Let's try for something else. That's not bad. I like that one. We'll come back to it. Yeah, y'all are seeing me create a character in real time. Ooh. That's, I mean, it's pretty yellow, but I like it. All right. Let's go back up to that Durin's Havoc one. I liked that. Let's go with that. Interesting. All right. I'm going to add Stellar Blaze 2 to both of them. Kind of like that. That fits her. That looks good on her. fun coming up with something different for that. All right. I think that's a good start. Now we have 3 Arakure characters. We got Tsubaki and 2 others that I have yet to name. Actually, let's change a few things. We'll make her a little bit paler than the others. And I probably want her. Maybe we'll give her a darker material later, but that's fine for now. All right. I think that's a good place to call it. All right. Let's go ahead and let's do a raid. Let's raid someone, and then I'm probably going to hop off and get ready to eat dinner. All right, let's see who we can raid. Oh, perfect. King Angelus is on. Let's raid King Angelus. All right, here we go, guys. Give it your love. Tell him Raven sent you. Let's get ready. All right. And that will have to do it. Thank y'all very much for joining me tonight. Sorry about how it went, but sometimes it do happen. And I will catch y'all in my next video. Take care, y'all.